the thing that I refer to jokingly as Emotions 101, and I'm only going to refer to 4 simple facts as they've been studied by neuroscientists and also by emotion scientists. There are 4 facts in particular. There are many facts, there are whole volumes on it, but there are 4 facts that I personally have found to be useful. So number 1, it is said that emotions have a shelf life, that they don't last for hours and hours. They may feel like they will, but they typically only last for a short time. They start small, they get stronger, and then they fade out and get weaker again. That, in general, is the shape of how emotions work in us. The second fact, emotions come in waves. So I may have an emotion, comes on, it gets stronger, fades out again, and comes back again. So they come in waves. And again, that comes back to neuroscience. The neuroscientists have studied how they work that way. So they come in waves. The third fact that I'd like to mention, I think this is so obvious but so interesting, is that I can be immersed in a strong emotion. And I don't have to, but I can notice what's happening at the same time. Right? So I can be grieving and I can notice, I can be aware that this is grief, or I can skip noticing it, I can just be crying. And sometimes that's the right thing to do. But the fact is, I can notice it if I wish to. So the fourth one is referred to in the literature as a refractory emotion. And the way it was explained to me is this, that when an emotion is refractory, it's when it's at its peak, it's at its strongest. And during that strongest emotion, moment or period, whatever you want to call it, my perception of what's going on around me becomes narrowed and gated so that what I'm able to perceive is what the emotion is telling me. So in other words, what is congruent with the emotion. So I find that to be so interesting and useful. So, for example, if I were to have an argument with my husband about something, who knows, having a spat about something silly, and it's late at night, Tom and I need to talk about this right now before we go to sleep so I don't have to go to bed angry. And if I'm at my refractory period, if my emotion's at its strongest, how helpful do you think it'll be for me to talk with him in that moment? I mean, if I'm just aware of that, at least I can say, I really need to talk with you about this. Let's talk when we both cool down, or talk tomorrow. Something, just understanding that, I found that to be useful. And it doesn't matter if it's a person in my family. This could be a doctor that you're angry at. It could be anything. But just realizing I'm at this stage where I'm really worked up about this. I may need to, personally, not talk to them about it, but I may need time to chill so I can think straight again. Yeah, so I find that one useful. That's all I really want to share with you about emotions.